Carroll Broadcasting presents high school basketball.
We welcome you to 93.7 Carroll for Class of 4A Region 7 basketball is what we are tonight. I forgot the region. I don't even know if Region 7's right. I just kind of threw that out. I forgot for a minute, I forgot what region we are, but we're coming to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth here in your Mackey Motors pregame show. Carroll Tigers girls basketball team going to open up their postseason run tonight as they host a familiar foe in Storm Lake, a team that I have seen a lot over the past couple of years, and we should have a really good game tonight. I feel like Jeff. I know you were down at State Wrestling today, didn't get time to kind of prepare for the game, but, Carroll sneaked down a win earlier in the year up there.
Jumped out early.
Jumped out really early in the game, and neither team, I would say, played their best that night, and I think that could be encouraging signs coming into tonight.
Yeah, that was still somewhat early in the season, and I think you're going to find both teams playing much better. As we know, Carroll now getting Allie Cook back. And in the lineup, it is so strong inside. You got Caitlin Aiden with her defensive pressure. If they're knocking down shots from the outside with what they can do and the way they share the basketball on the outside, they're really good. But then you look at this Storm Lake team, don't have to do a lot of homework on them. Yeah. If they can get Yanga started in the inside, and if they can get Avery DeHaan clear for some shots on the outside, they can score a lot of points, and they can score them really quickly.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough stopping those two. And they did a good job of them the other night. When they played them earlier in the year, they focused on Yanga down low. Chloe Cook, Olivia Roeder did a great job double teaming her. DeHaan just was off that night, and they got lucky with DeHaan not hitting shots when she was open for him. But the Tigers come in 16-6 in the season. I have written down on my sheet. I just noticed that they went 16-6 in their Akron River Conference too this year. If you didn't notice that, I think they were more like 10-6 this year in conference play, finishing third in the Akron River Conference. They are 8-4 against Storm Lake coming into the ball game. That dates back to 2012. They won earlier this year, as we mentioned, 46-42. Storm Lake 15-7. They finished 3-5 in the Lakes. 15-7. Finished 3-5 in the Lakes Conference, and they beat Fort Dodge on Wednesday to advance here to the region semifinals. They beat Fort Dodge 54-39 on their home court. You think that might play a little bit of a factor in the game? Carroll hasn't played. They played earlier in the week, but Storm Lake on a quicker turnaround. They have more game action. You think that might play a factor in the game tonight?
It can, and sometimes it does. But I think for Carroll, being home might contradict that a little bit or help them out with that. You get the friendly bounce. I know Terry Kasperbauer, one of the greats that I've ever worked with, told me one time that this is a shooter's gym. And that maybe not be good with DeHaan in the house, but certainly I think could benefit Carroll trying to get their offense going. And that also, I think, gives an outstanding coach in Katie Cook an opportunity to game plan, because I think in a way they probably were game planning for Storm Lake this whole time, kind of knowing that they were going to be the team they were going to face. So they got a few more days to look at them.
I would imagine went back, watched film from the first time they played them up there in Storm Lake earlier this year. And I look back, and I see this as a friendly rivalry that's kind of developed. They play each other each year. They play a home. One team's home one year, one team's home the other year. But these two teams were even playing each other back when, before we got to this point where we're at, back when both the teams weren't at their best and stuff like that.
And I think that's kind of when it started.
Yeah, and I think it's built into what it is now that, that kind of somewhat started why these girls teams are here now. You saw the girls back then, started playing in the games that, maybe not people were paying attention to, and now they're here in a game where it's a Class 4A region semifinal, and winner going to advance for a chance to go to the state tournament.
Yep.
I think you asked these teams years ago, would we be in this point, and I think they're really happy with where they're at.
Yeah, I would say so. You look at what Katie's done with this program, and I thought that Nate Wall and Renning really did a nice job of kind of starting that turnaround with the program, and then Katie's just continued to grow it and take it to the next level. And it's really the defense with Carroll, and that's going to be part of it. Caitlin Aiden's matchup tonight, I'm sure they'll put her on DeHaan, and Caitlin's about as good as you can get at frustrating guards and forwards with her length against their length and stuff. But, you look at where Storm Lake was at several years ago. I remember going up and doing like ESAC and South Central Calhoun against them early in the season. And it was like, they're going to be lucky to win a game, or two this year. They were getting beaten fairly thoroughly by a lot of teams. And now all of a sudden, this is a really good program and stuff. So you look at what Coach Richter has done, and you tip your cap to both of these coaches.
Carroll, their best finish this season in the Raccoon River Conference bodes well to the type of players that that these girls have bought into what Katie's coaching them, and it's really going to come full circle tonight, I think.
It is, and for the winner, they get a move on and probably play up at Sioux Center coming up next week. And both of these teams are going to want to do it. I think the game you called up in Storm Lake earlier, you can throw that one out in a way, because I think both of these teams are much better today than what they were at that time. And Katie said it to me the other day. She goes, they have played, Storm Lake has played 10 times better since that Carroll game. And if you look at Carroll High, early in the year, they were right around a 500 team. And then all of a sudden, they went on that run and won, 8 in a row or so, and kind of got themselves righted and became the team that they are right now.
Yep, that game for both teams put them on a good trajectory to get where we're at tonight. We'll go right through the starting lineups in the ball game for us here. As Carroll going to host Storm Lake again. Tigers come in 16-6 on the season. They will start Caitlin Aiden, a senior, as well as Sophia Tigran, a senior, Olivia Rowetter, a senior, Chloe Cook, a sophomore, and Allie Cook, a junior. For Storm Lake, they will start Mackenzie Harder, a senior, Avery DeHaan, a junior, Grace Kinkle, a junior, as well as Maddie Rabling, a senior, and then Ada Yanga, a senior, will start as well for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes come in 5-7, and they finish 3-5 in the Lakes Conference so far this season. Jeff, we mentioned defense for Carroll. Getting Allie Cook back tonight is going to help a lot. We talk on Rewind about her. This year, with the jump that she's made from her sophomore year to her junior year, being healthy again, has really helped this team get to where they're at. Yeah,
you said the key word there, getting healthy. She mentioned that in the post-game interview I did with her here earlier this year and stuff. She goes, I'm finally healthy, Jeff, and I feel I can go out and play free. And you see that. I'm going to give you credit for it, because you said it on Rewind here several weeks ago that she makes game-winning plays when she's out on the floor. She may not average 15 a game and 10 rebounds a game, but what she does is she makes herself better, her team better, and everybody that's playing with her better.
We'll take a look at the numbers for both teams coming in to the ball game. Carroll coming in averaging just under 50 points per game at 49.6. Again, they're led by Caitlin Aiden, averaging 11.2 points per game. Her defense going to play a big key in the ball game tonight. Leads the Carrolls in steals with almost 4 a game at 3.5. And then Allie Cook averaging just at 10 points per game. Percentage-wise, a 33% shooter and a 30% three-point shooter. I think Carroll knocking down shots on the outside is going to be important tonight as well, Jeff. If you can get Sophia Tigran open, averages about 6 a game. Right at 2 made threes a game. Allie Cook can knock them down. Caitlin can knock them down. The Tigers can get open shots that'll help tonight as well.
It will, and I think part of that's going to have to be off of dribble penetration. I don't think they can get it just simply with ball movement. I think they're going to have to dribble penetrate, and kit girls are going to have to float to open lanes and create them shots for themselves by making themselves available to the passer as they dribble penetrate. I do find that it could be difficult at times to score inside. I think it also could be a key is that they can get Yanga in foul trouble tonight.
Yanga, as you mentioned, comes in averaging 17 points per game. Not as many rebounds as I thought. She's averaging about 5 rebounds per game, but still a tall girl. You're going to have to watch out for her on the offensive glass.
How many block shots?
She averages about 1.6, almost 2 block shots a game. And then Avery DeHaan, 13.4 points per game. Shoots at 36% from behind the arc. So they got to know where she is at on the floor. You expect Caitlin Aiden to be on her tonight.
And just a quick story about DeHaan. Her freshman year, back-to-back games against East Sac County and South Central Calhoun. I did them both. And when I did the second game against South Central Calhoun, I probably jinxed her, but I'm like, this girl might be the best freshman I've ever called a game in. She's amazing. I think she went out and averaged about 40 a game those first 2 games and was hitting everything from the outside. But what's happened is everybody now defends her differently.
And she has done a great job behind the three-point line. We got tip-off coming up. We'll step away, take a break. We're back in 90 seconds here on 93.7 KKRL.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City, MackeyMotors.com.
Are you currently attending or planning to attend DMAC? It's time to start applying for financial assistance for fall 2025 classes. The 2025-26 FAFSA free application for federal student aid is now ready to be filed. To make this form even easier, we have trained professionals on campus to help you complete the application. DMAC has a foundation scholarship application open now until March 1st. Complete one scholarship application to be considered for one of the many scholarships available at DMAC. Call us today at 712-792-1755 and take the first steps towards success.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you're looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest.
Thank you for calling Brinks Exteriors. This is Allie.
Hi, we recently had a tree fall in our house, and I'd like to get an estimate on roof damage.
Sure, we offer free on-site consultations for all our services.
Great. While I have you, could you refer me to someone who can replace a drafty window?
Brinks does windows too, with high-quality Energy Star products.
What if we'd like to replace our siding?
Brinks has you covered.
Gutters? Doors?
Our name says it all. Brinks Exteriors is your headquarters for all things exterior, from start to finish.
Call 712-ROOF-PRO or visit BrinksExteriors.com.
Tigers will win the opening tip as they quickly get it out to Chloe Cook near the free throw line. Caitlin Aiden's three will rim in and out. Rebound going to be pulled down by Storm Lake. It will go end up, ball bounds out of bounds, and it'll end up sticking with the Tornadoes. Jeff, we had a fast-paced start here. Carroll almost lost his opening tip. Allie Cook almost fell on her own bench trying to gather it.
Yeah, and did. We mentioned she makes game-winning plays. She gets Carroll that opening possession because of that hustle that she always plays with.
Storm Lake going to go left to right down the court here in the first half. Tigers will go right to left. Tigers will open out in a 2-3 zone defense. They'll quickly go in the paint. Storm Lake does as Kinkle will knock down the two-point jumper to get the Tornadoes on the board. 2-0, 30 seconds off the clock here in quarter number one. Aiden calling out some offense. She'll be trapped near the center line. Now going to be trapped along the baseline, and we're going to get an early timeout, I think, on the floor. Coach Cook probably not happy with how the Tigers running their offense. So right now to start the game, Jeff, and what have you seen from them? They had a missed shot, rimmed in and out, but then Kayla Aiden just dribbles into a trap on the far end.
Yeah, and I think what happened is they maybe came out. I haven't seen Storm Lake hits this year, so I don't know if they trapped like that. I think they jumped and maybe caught Carroll off a guard. But one thing that I know in talking with Coach Cook, Carroll at times this year has struggled against teams that put pressure on them, and I think maybe Storm Lakes has saw that. I really like their execution and the ball movement early on, and Grace Kinkle did a nice job down on their first possession of getting position and then being able to use that position to spin into the lane and make a nice shot.
You talk to a lot of coaches at this point of the season. Teams are going to throw at you whatever they can to get the advantage and hopefully win and maybe move on to the next game. Tigers will get the basketball out of the timeout. Almost a turnover by Carroll. We're going to get an over and back on Rowetter, who caught the basketball in the front court, then stepped over the backcourt line. So turnover, we'll give it right back to the Tornadoes.
And what we're seeing, I think, is they're going to jump maybe Caitlin Aiden with two players all the time, get the ball out of her hands. Somebody else is going to have to get Carroll into their offense.
Allie Cook can handle the basketball for them well, too, so that might be a way the Tigers go. Storm Lake in the half court now with it with a 2-0 lead, a minute off the clock here in quarter number one. They'll get into the corner to Avery DeHaan. DeHaan will dribble baseline, going to pull up for the baseline jumper, going to be a little strong. Rebound pulled down by Caitlin Aiden as the Tigers will push the pace the other way in transition. Aiden will back it out. Going to use the screen set by Allie Cook at the top of the key. She dribbles left. Tries to throw it top of the key to Cook, but Cook cut towards the free throw line. It's going to go out of bounds, and Tigers a little off here in the first quarter on the offensive end.
And good job by Mackenzie Harder on that. She sprinted over and got in front of the Carroll Tigers, not allowing them to be able to get that ball and save it.
Storm Lake back with the basketball. 2 turnovers on the Tigers early here in their half-court set. DeHaan will have it top of the key, guarded by Aiden. Swings it cross-court to Harder. Tigers still sitting in a 2-3 zone. It kind of looks like a 2-3 zone, but I think it's more man-to-man as Yanga drives in, and she'll be fouled on the shot.
Yeah, Tigers really trying to get the ball out of DeHaan's hands. Caitlin Aiden doing a nice job of trying to run her off of the three-point line, make her put the ball on the ground, and they're trying to deny Yanga the basketball any way they can.
Yanga will go to the free throw line. It's a 2-0 lead for the Tornadoes here in the first quarter. We're coming to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth as Yanga's first free throw misses. State wrestling happening today. Owen Clucky of the Carroll Tigers finishing 5th down there.
Congratulations, Tim, and I'll say this, and all in fun, I'm glad the girls haven't done what the boys wrestling team did down at state with their hair.
Yanga goes 1 for 2 at the line. She gets her first points of the ball game. Allie Cook skips it cross court to sister Chloe on the right block. Doesn't have anywhere to go with Yanga drawing defense on her. I don't know if she was looking for a pass, but ended up moving around so much that she found an open lane to the basket, and the Tigers will get on the board there at 3-2.
Yeah, confidence to go up over Yanga.
Yanga has it on the right block and the back down Chloe Cook. Cook with good defense. Yanga gets the offensive rebound. Put back no good. Chloe Cook pulls down the rebound. She'll throw it ahead to Allie. Allie ahead to Tigran. Tigran in the corner will dribble out. Tigers top of the key, swing it over to Aiden. Aiden dribbles right now, back left to the free throw line. Rowetter top of the key with it, will swing it out to Allie Cook. They go down low to Rowetter on the right block. Tigers with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Rowetter with a double team, and they're going to call a travel on her. I wasn't sure if they're going to call a double dribble or a travel. The turnover will give it right back to Storm Lake.
Drug that pivot foot, Casey. The other thing I've noticed is Harder is shadowing Aiden, trying to keep her from getting the ball and letting her bring it up.
Aiden, a really good player coming off screens, too, so I wonder if Carroll might make that adjustment in the second half or even coming here in the first quarter. Storm Lake now has the basketball. Trying to get it to DeHaan. Allie Cook playing good defensive thing. Harder will dribble in, going to leave the shot short. Kinkle with an offensive rebound, gets her miss. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers.
And if you want a physical ball game, I've noticed early on, they're letting them play inside. They're going to let contact go.
The game up there was physical, too, as well. Both these teams are really talented post players and guards, so it's going to be a physical ball game. Harder coming off the screen, swings it cross court. Storm Lake with the basketball. 3-point shot on the way, going to miss a little long. That was Maddie Raveling on the shot. Tigran pulls down the rebound. Chloe Cook the other way, swings it over to Rowetter. She'll try to dribble baseline, but kicks it out to Aiden. Aiden free throw line to Chloe Cook. Chloe backing down. Yanga goes around. Yanga goes high off the glass and misses the shot. Good offensive move by the sophomore. Yanga will push the pace the other way for the Tornadoes near the free throw line. Kicks it out to Raveling. Raveling dribbles in past Allie Cook. Goes off the glass. Acrobatic with the shot, kind of out of control. Rebound poked around, but it's going to go in the hands of Caitlin Aiden.
Raveling that time drove in, and she wanted to foul. So she was more concerned about being fouled and trying to draw the foul than she was getting that shot up correct.
Rowetter has the basketball for the Carroll Tigers. Allie Cook down the corner will dribble baseline. Tries to dump it down low to Chloe on the block. It'll be poked out of bounds. I think Allie might have had an open shot, but the unselfish play tried to dump it down low. It'll stick with the Tigers underneath their basket.
Both teams playing good defensively, but neither team shooting the basketball very well early on.
Allie Cook inbounds. Tries to get it into Aiden. The bounce pass will be stolen away by Raveling. Tornadoes the other way will back it out. Didn't have the numbers in transition. Ganga coming to set a screen for Raveling. She dribbles left. We're going to get a foul on Chloe Cook, who tried to step in front of the screen and guard Raveling coming around it. It'll be a foul on to Cook. It's a 3-2 lead for the Tornadoes. 4:10 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Cook trying to hedge out that time and stop the dribble, but just a half a step too slow.
Couple substitutions for the Tigers coming on the court. Sophia Tigran, Allie Cook will take the seat. Jersey Sport, and Leah Ayala into the ballgame.
You got to wonder about Allie's conditioning. Has been out for a little while. You wonder what kind of conditioning she was able to get in while they were trying to get her healthy.
Raveling inbounds it to DeHaan. She'll dribble baseline, goes past Aiden, tries to dump it down low, but kicks it back out to Harder. She'll take the three and knock it down. Mackenzie Harder with the three-point basket. Goes the lead to 4 for Storm Lake at 6-2. Aiden guarded by Harder. Harder tiny defense on Aiden. Aiden going to almost dribble into the trap, but backs it out. Aiden now going on the left block, looking for somewhere to go. Kicks it back out to Chloe Cook. Shot clock down to 19 for the Tigers. Cook guarded by Yanga. It's going to be thrown away the pass. Annalie Ayala with active hands, though, gets it on a steal. Ayala to score. Basketball loose. Spore going to track it down. Still loose on the floor, actually, and it's going to be a foul, I think, on Storm Lake.
The active defense right now, Casey, by Storm Lake has really caught Carroll off a guard. There's a lot of dribbling and not a lot of ball movement, and when they are passing the ball, it almost seems like they're just trying to get the ball out of their hands. Lucky break that time for Carroll that Ayala was playing behind, and when the ball ended up in Harder's hand, she was able to be behind her and strip it her way.
Aiden near center court, going to hand it off to Cook on the wing. Chloe working with it, guarded by Yanga. Yanga going to let her drive. Chloe will go to the basket. She's fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot two. And I'm surprised that Yanga gave.
I think she was anticipating help from Yanga on that one. But I tell you what, nice, strong drive that time by Chloe Cook.
Chloe Cook's got 2 points in the ball game. She adds on to that, now 3. She's got all 3 of the Carroll Tiger points here in the first quarter.
This reminds me a little bit of the game when we were over at Denison Schleswig here a week or so ago, on that Saturday, where Chloe came out really aggressive offensively.
Cook back to the line, will miss on the front end of the free throw. Kinkle pulls down the rebound, averages about 7 rebounds a game for the Storm Lake team coming into tonight. The top rebounder, Raveling, near center court, kicks it out to Kinkle. Kinkle guarded by Roeder. They go down low to Yanga. Yanga guarded by Chloe Cook. Yanga is going to be fouled by Chloe, and that's going to be her second. That's a big foul on the sophomore. And Chloe likely might have to take a seat. She's got all 3 points for the Tigers here in the game.
And that was one where Yanga went into her. She's trying to back away. I don't know what an official wants a defender to do when the defender's trying to back away and the offensive player literally kind of jumps into him, but it's a smart play by Yanga.
Yanga knocks down the free throw. She's got 2 points here in the quarter, all 2 coming from the free throw line. Allie Cook will check into the ball game. Chloe takes a seat. Tinkle out, checking in for Storm Lake. I believe is number 10, Addie Bodhol. I can't see with the hair going over the back of the back end of the jersey. Yanga back to the line, rattles home the second one. She is 3 for 4 from the free throw line here in the first quarter.
And it is Bodhol that's in the ball game, number 10.
8-3. Roeder with a heads-up pass. Going to throw down low. Aid with a heads-up pass to Roeder. Found her open on the block, but Yanga with a good recovery on defense blocks the shot. Storm Lake the other way in transition. DeHaan has it in the far side corner. Yanga has to go through her hands. Annalie Ayala coming away with the steal.
Good job by Roeder to tip that one.
5-point lead for the Tornadoes at 8-3. Tigers on offense here in the half-court set. Allie Cook will dribble in near the free throw line. Kicks it out to Aiden. Aiden for 3. Going to miss it a little short. Fight for the basketball still loose in the hands of Yanga. Storm Lake the other way now, going left to right down the court. Under 3 to play here in the first quarter. We'll have the Culver Section Report coming up. Culver celebrating 40 years in business, 12 years in the Carroll area. Good crowd on hand tonight for this postseason basketball game. Yanga with a step-back jumper to the free throw line. Going to miss the shot. Allie Cook pulls down the rebound.
But if I'm Carroll, I want Yanga shooting 17-footers all night.
Score in transition, had an open 3 with pass on it, kicks it to Cook, top of the key. Alley's high arcing 3 rims in and out. Rebound pulled down by Mackenzie Harder. So handed off to Raveling. Raveling handled a lot of the point guard duties here in the ball game. DeHaan to the free throw line, dribbles pass to Allie Cook, and Allie Cook going to commit the foul as DeHaan will go to the free throw line.
And DeHaan has really, for her freshman year, she was really just a shooter. By a junior now, you can tell she's put a lot of time in. She looks really comfortable attacking the rim.
Free throw going to be good. Storm Lake with 5 made free throws here in the first quarter. The lead is 9 at 9-3.
Question for me, Casey, is as hard as Storm Lake's playing defensively, can they keep that intensity level up all game? Because it has given Carroll some trouble here early.
On back to the line. Second free throw is up and good as well. She goes 2 for 2 for her first 2 points here in the game. Tigers going to slow it down a little bit as they kind of need a basket, I would say, here on this possession.
Yep.
Minute 40 left here in the first quarter. Allie Cook top of the key with it. Zone defense. Storm Lake is sitting in. They go back door to Aiden. Aiden has her shot blocked away by DeHaan. She'll pull down the rebound. They throw it ahead. Yanga near the free throw line. Allie Cook going to take a charge. They're going to get a blocking foul on Allie Cook. Count the basket for Yanga. She'll go to the line to shoot a free throw. I thought Allie was there in time.
I did too, but Yanga did a nice job that time. Didn't dip the shoulder. I think if she'd have dipped, you'd have probably gotten the charge. But yeah, that was a bang play, and that's one where I'm glad I wasn't the official having to make that call. But that's 2 now on both Cooks.
Yeah, 2 on the Cook sisters. Both of them going to have to take a seat. So now here's where you need the bench for Carroll to step up. Annalie Ayala and Jersey Spoor back into the game for the Tigers. Yanga converts on the free throw. She's got 6 here in the ball game. In the first meeting of the year, Yanga didn't have many points. And we're seeing Storm Lake find success up 10 with Yanga really being the main focal point on offense. Roeder dribbles around her defender. Rebound pulled down by Yanga.
Right now, I think Storm Lake, the more aggressive team, the more physical team, and the more athletic team right now out on the floor. And that hasn't happened to Carroll many times.
13-3 lead here for the Tornadoes as they work with it on offense. Yanga with a step-back jumper, going to miss it long, hit off the back iron. Roeder was fighting for the rebound, and it's going to go, we're going to say it was, Tigran was fighting for the rebound, and he went over the back and tipped it out of bounds. I know Tiger fans don't like the call.
But it was the accurate call. That was off of Sophia.
DeHaan.
You understand the passion of fans.
Yes. DeHaan will inbound. Kicks it out to Yanga. Raveling to DeHaan. DeHaan trying to come off the screen, but it's guarded closely by Aiden. They'll go down Yanga on the left block. Yanga against Roeder goes off the glass. Basketball still loose on the floor. It's bounding out. It might have touched the baseline. It was rolling around. But either way, Kayla Ada going to pull down the loose basketball. Tigers in transition. Shot clock still on. Game clock down to 33 here in the first quarter. Spoor swings it out to Tigran. Storm Lake still sitting in his zone defense. Top of the key to Aiden again. Aiden will back it out. She's trying to, I think, drive to the basket. Kicks it to Tigran in the corner. Tigran's shot going to be good.
Huge shot.
Sophia Tigran with a much-needed basket for the Tigers. Cuts it to a single digits. And DeHaan hits the floor hard, and she is rolling around on the floor. We've got a foul on Carroll. She tried to split the defense. She's going to end up walking off. Hit her elbow really hard on the floor. She will walk it off. A tough player. DeHaan has been playing a lot of basketball for Storm Lake over her career.
Caitlin Aiden picking up her first. That was quite a collision the way it looked.
And DeHaan tried to split the defense when she caught the basketball. She brought it from rebound all the way down the court. But hit the deck pretty hard. She'll go to the line for a couple of free throws, with it being the 5th foul on the Tigers here in the quarter. First free throw is in and out. 13-6 lead. Tigers able to cut it to 7. Off the made 3 by Sophia Tigran.
Good thing is, as you mentioned, the 5th foul, only 14 seconds left, though.
Yanga back to the line, and she will rattle in the second one to roll around the rim. Yanga, 7 points of the 14 here in the first quarter for Storm Lake. Tigers can hold to the last shot with exactly 14 seconds left. Aiden picks up the dribble, gets it to Roeder near the free throw line. She'll back it out. Goes cross court to Tigran. Tigran in the corner, guarded closely by Bodhold, who's checked into the game. She'll swing it out to Aiden. Aiden at the buzzer, going to leave the shot short. Tigers will trail 14-6 going to the second quarter. We'll step away. We'll be back in 60 seconds here. 93.7 KKRL.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City, MackeyMotors.com.
Does your IT support really understand your business and goals, or are they just there to fix something when needed? That isn't putting technology to work for your business. Custom Technology Solutions, or CTS, has been supporting all kinds of business for over 25 years. CTS, owned and operated right here in Carroll, is your IT partner that understands how to use technology for your success. Call Jamie North at Custom Technology Solutions at 877-287-1007 and work with a true IT partner. That's CTS, Custom Technology Solutions.
14-6 lead. The Storm Lake Tornadoes as we go to the second quarter here on 93.7 KKRL. Storm Lake will work with the basketball coming out of the quarter change. Raveling tries to kick it cross-court to DeHaan. Kayla Aiden with active hands on defense tries to jump the pass lane, but it's going to go out of bounds off the Tigers. It will stick with the Tornadoes.
Oh, disappointed. That one tipped right to Jared Moore, and he didn't squeeze it in.
Carter Essex sitting over there, too.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Storm Lake working with the basketball. Raveling going to be trapped by Ayala and Aiden. He's going to throw it ahead, and he's going to find a nice cut to the basket by Harder helping out the teammate, and Harder will lay it in for 2 to start the second quarter, back to a 10-point lead at 16-10.
Yeah, really good double team for Carroll, but didn't do a nice job on the backside.
Chloe Cook's been the only offense for the Tigers here in the ball game. She knocks down the free throw line jumper. 16-8 in favor of Storm Lake. Tigers have not led here in the game. They go down low to Harder. Harder off the glass, misses the shot. It's going to be, I thought that went out of bounds off the alley.
It did.
But it's going to be Carroll basketball.
Yeah, lucky break that time for the Tigers. And Casey, Carroll struggling offensively, but just kind of hanging around in this one right now, not letting Storm Lake pull fully away.
I think if you ask Coach Cook that, she's going to like where they're at right now, especially struggling on the offensive end. Chloe will dribble in against Yanga, has her shot go off the side of the backboard. Harder with the rebound, but has it poked away. She'll end up tracking it down, but it's going to be poked out of bounds. Tried to get it to Raveling by Sophia Tigran.
And Allie's got to be very careful, reaching in 95 feet away from the hoop.
With two
fouls already. Still 7:01 to go here in the half. Don't want her on the bench picking up a third here early in the second quarter.
16-8 in favor of Storm Lake. Under 7 to play in the first half. Tinkle wide open underneath the basket, going to miss the easy layup. As Allie Cook pulls down the rebound. We'll throw it ahead to Ayala. Ayala loses the screen set by Allie, backs it out. Aiden near the center court. Gets it to Chloe Cook near the free throw line. Cook will try to dribble past Yanga. Kicks in the corner to Tigran. Tigran with the hand in her face. Going to miss the three-pointer a little short off the front of the rim. Basketball pulled down by Yanga. Fans wanted to travel on Yanga down low. We're going to get a timeout on the floor by Storm Lake. Yanga rolled around with the basketball. I couldn't quite see it from up here, but the fans wanted to travel, but it'll be a 30-second timeout on the floor. It's a 16-8 lead for Storm Lake. We're back in 30 seconds on 93.7 KKRL.
Custom graduation invitations for your one-of-a-kind senior from Stone Printing and Office Supply. It's super easy. You bring in your favorite picture of your senior, and Stones will custom design your invites to your needs. That's it. You're busy with all the other details. So let Stone Printing and Office Supply take the invitations off your list and make them memorable. And remember, Stone Printing and Office Supply also does yard signage too. Congratulations to all area graduates.
Storm Lake with the basketball. Tigers implemented a full court press coming out of the timeout. They'll break as they have it in the half court set. They go to Yanga on the right block. She goes right at Allie Cook. And Allie has to kind of play a little lax on defense there with the 2 fouls as Yanga will lay it in for 2. Tigers the other way. Aiden draws the double team, kicks it out to Tigran. Tigran will try to dribble past Kinkle. Tigran going to leave the shot a little long. And Caitlin Aiden going to be blocked. But Yanga going to pick up the foul. It'll be the first on Yanga.
I tell you what, that looked really clean out. The only thing I wonder, got it really clean up top, if maybe that offhand was holding her down a little bit. But nice job by Caitlin Aiden. I've got her for 4 rebounds right now. She leads the team in rebounding.
18-8 lead as Aiden able to cut it to single digits again as she gets her first points here in the game. Tigers with 2 made free throws here in the first half. Allie Cook will take a seat. Olivia Roeder back into the game for the Tigers.
And Allie just plays so hard, you got to worry. I think part of the reason why Coach Cook pulled her out was afraid she might get that third foul.
Aiden goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line, cuts it to 8 points, 18-10 lead for the Tornadoes. They have led the whole ball game so far. Tigers have struggled on the offensive end. 5:50 left here in the first half. Culver's Hatcher report coming up. Culver celebrating 40 years in business, 12 years in the Carroll area. Raveling double team down low on the left block. She's going to throw it off the glass. Had nowhere to go on a pass and just kind of threw up the shot. Tigran pulls down the rebound. Tigers in transition. Aiden tries to dribble baseline, kicks out to Tigran for 3. Going to leave it short off the front iron. Rebound pulled down by Olivia Roeder. And we're going to get a foul on Kinkle, I believe, as Roeder tried to track down the rebound. And that'll be the second on Kinkle.
Nice adjustment as well by Coach Cook with what Tigers are doing offensively. They've started to handle the pressure defense by Storm Lake a little bit better here in this second quarter.
Sophia Tigran takes a seat. I think Jersey Spore back into the game for the Tigers. Aiden will inbound, throws it ahead to Ayala. Ayala cross court to Spore. 18-10 lead for the Tornadoes. Roeder will dribble baseline and she'll lay it in for 2. Olivia Roeder getting to the scoring column. Her first points tonight as well. And it's back to a 6-point lead for Storm Lake. Tigers on a little bit of a run here in the second quarter. Botholt goes to DeHaan. DeHaan with a turnaround jumper, knocks it down. It kind of silenced the crowd with that jumper.
They have handled Carroll's full court pressure very, very well here in this game.
20-12 in favor of the Tornadoes, back to an 8-point lead, under 5 to play here in the first half. Aiden near the free throw line, tries to back down her defender, going to use a step back jumper, will miss it off the left side of the backboard. Rebound pulled down by Yanga. Tornadoes now in transition with Raveling near center court. They go back door to Harder as she dribbles baseline, shot rolls around and it falls in.
And Carroll, Coach Cook, timeout, good timeout. Casey, is one of the things I wrote down I was going to talk about at halftime. That's maybe the 4th or 5th time Carroll's stuck up with their defense and allowed somebody to get behind them for an easy pass. They were lucky that Kinkle missed the one, but otherwise they've given up probably 5 almost wide open layups because they're stuck it up defensively.
They're trying to get the steal on the defensive end. It's a 22-12 lead for the Tigers. I didn't see how long the timeout was. They didn't put it up on the board. It must have only been a 30-second one with the buzzer going off right there.
I started yapping too long.
No, you're good. Usually they put the timeouts up on the board. Yes. I didn't see it, and I'm like, I wonder how long the timeout is. But
come on, Ro. I know Craig has nothing to do with the timeouts, but
I don't know if he's doing book. He might be running shot clock. There's a shot clock issue.
It's the only thing they trust him with.
Olivia Roeder will inbound for the Tigers coming out of the timeout. And Aaliyah Ayala with it. Now past center court for Carroll. She'll dribble baseline, draws the double team, kicks it back out to Roeder. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Roeder bounce pass cross court to Ayala. Top of the key to Spore. Free throw line to Chloe Cook. Cook Tries to back down her defender. Will use a nice spin move in the lane and lays it in for two. She's been really good offensively for the Tigers, who have struggled here in the first half. She's got 7 of the 14. DeHaan the other way, knocks down the three with a hand in her face.
And that you can't forget about her.
25-14. Storm Lake's largest lead at 11 here in the game. Aiden going to take a three off the top of the key. Shot no good, but offensive rebound in the hands of Ayala, and we're going to get a foul on the Tornadoes.
And Analia playing as hard as she can out there right now, trying to help this Tiger team come back. But, Casey, I know that last one wasn't a layup, but again, they let somebody wide open on the backside of that pressure. You can't let Avery DeHaan have an uncontested three.
You've got to know where she's at on the court. Knocking down 36% of them so far this season. And Carroll's missed a couple of open three-point shots on their end here as well, as Chloe Cook has it top of the key. Looking for somewhere to go, gives it up to Spore. Spore will swing it out to Ayala. Ayala really close to the baseline when she caught that. Aiden now goes down to Roeder on the right block. Roeder goes around Kinkle. She's going to miss the shot. Rebound pulled down by Raveling. Almost has it poked away by Aiden, but into the hands of DeHaan. DeHaan tries to go down low to Yanga. Good defense by Spore on trailing, and it's knocked out of bounds.
I'm glad you mentioned Spore. Jersey sprinted back, otherwise Yanga catches then, has a wide open layup.
I don't know if Carroll on the full court press is trying to suck up and just forgetting to draw back. But that was another case of it there as Yanga was back and nobody around her. But Spore did a nice job coming back on the defensive end.
I don't think they're used to teams handling their pressure so well.
Bravely has it top of the key. Shot clock going to be down to 26. 3:30 left here in the first half. Tigers down by 11 at 25-14. Bravely going to be trapped by Ayala and Roeder, looking for someone to go, and he's going to throw it out of bounds off of Roeder, but we got a timeout. We'll see what they're going to go with. They're going to go with a timeout on the floor, so it'll be a timeout by Storm Lake. It's a 25-14 lead. It's a full timeout. I saw it that time. 3:23 left here into the first half. We'll step away, take a break. We're back in 30 seconds on 93.7 KKRL.
Bruner, Reinhardt & Morton is a general practice law firm that's been providing highly ethical, professional, and dedicated legal services to their clients since 1936 in Carroll, Glidden, Coon Rapids, and Guthrie Center communities. Bruner, Reinhardt & Morton is a 4-attorney firm with a combined 97 years of experience. For more information, call Barry, Dave, Eric, or Jessica at 792-3480 or visit brunerlegal.com.
It is a 25-14 lead for Storm Lake here in the winding minutes of the first half. Me and Jeff in the break talking about a little state wrestling. Congratulations goes out to Owen Fuck. You don't see him in the stands.
He's down getting ready to be on the medal stand tonight. Yes, so congratulations to that young man. I'm sure his brother Parker going to be waiting to wrestle him when they get back home after the comment he made in our video interview at the end of his day.
We got to figure out which Bucky's the better one.
Well, according to Owen, he holds that title. He finished higher at state.
Parker might say something different, though.
If I'm Parker, I'm waiting at home to wrestle him when he gets there.
Storm Lake has the basketball coming out of the timeout. Yanga top of the key with it, guarded by Roeder. She'll dribble into the free throw line, kicks out to Harder. Harder to DeHaan. Aiden coming out to defend DeHaan. Basketball loose on the floor. It was poked away by Spore. She had it, but loses it out of bounds. It will stick with the Tornadoes underneath their own basket.
Yeah, tough one to be able to squeeze in, but good defense that time by Spore. Tigers need to get a stop here. There's a lot of time left in this game, but you can't let Storm Lake continue to just kind of edge out in front of them a little bit more.
DeHaan coming off the screen will dribble around the top of the key and knocks down the three. And I think that was a feel me shot, and she knocked it down.
That's why I apologize. I stepped on you there, but I said because that was am I warm? Yep, I'm warm.
Yeah. It's a 28-14 lead for Storm Lake. Storm Lake playing a great basketball right now, much better than what they played earlier in the year when these two teams faced, with Carroll winning up in Storm Lake 46-42. And we're going to get a foul on DeHaan. That could be huge. It's only her first. With 2:37 left here in the quarter. You can get another one on her. She might have to take a seat for a little bit.
Yeah, that's 4 on the quarter now against Storm Lake. Carroll still has not picked up a foul here in this quarter, so that could be
up 5
big
or 6
for them.
In the first.
Yep.
He's given some leeway with the Cook sisters, who have 2 each. 2:37 left here in the second. 28-14. Tigers will have the basketball. Aiden near center court. Uses the screen set by Allie Cook. Allie going to take the three-point shot. It's a high arcing shot. It's going to hit off the rim and go straight down as it rolls out of bounds, and it will be Storm Lake basketball. Tigers struggling to shoot from the outside here on open looks.
Yeah, that one wasn't rushed, but I think a lot of times they've been rushed. And sometimes on their dribble penetration, they've got that tall defender in front of them. They're just trying to get the shot up over the top of them.
Raveling, guarded by Roeder. She'll get it up to Harder. Harder goes around the screen by Raveling, dumps it down low to Bodholt. Bodholt double teamed, has it poked away. Aiden trying to track it down. The loose ball tips it back inbounds. It's going in the hands of Harder. Storm Lake back on the offensive end. Shot clock at 14. Raveling with the three at the top of the key. It goes off the back iron. Aiden skies high for the rebound, and she'll pull it out for the Tigers.
Aiden's playing really well, especially on the defensive end. Great screen there by Allie.
And you helped Aiden give free and cross the timeline. Aiden going to go to the hoop. Rims in and shot rims in and out. Allie Cook, offensive rebound, put back good.
The player that never quits, and it's good to see somebody besides Chloe getting the ball to go in the hole, and maybe that'll help get this Carroll offense started a little bit.
Cut to 12, 28, 16 in favor of Storm Lake with a minute 50 left here in the first half. Again, your Culver Satchel report coming up. Allie's free throw is good. She converts on the end one opportunity. And she's somebody in the second half, if Carroll wants to come back, is going to have to get going on offense.
Yeah, they're going to need everybody to start knocking down some shots.
Raveling bounces it to DeHaan here in the corner. DeHaan goes cross court to Harder.
Storm Lake's spacing, Casey, has been really impressive tonight. They've had a lot of skip passes because of their spacing.
DeHaan going to lose it, or excuse me, Bianca going to lose it off of her leg, though, as she tried to dribble to the basket. Well out of bounds, and maybe that's the turnover and the turn that the Carroll Tigers need here. You get a basket to go in. You know, one basket cuts it to single digits. If you can get into single digits going into the halftime, I think they can be really good for Carroll.
If they can be down 7-8, somewhere in there at half, it gives them a spark. Jersey Spore got a hand on that one, and that's what created that turnover.
Aiden near the free throw line, going to kick it back out to Allie Cook. Goes cross court to Spore. Spore guarded by Bodholt. Aiden is swinging across to Allie. Allie goes down low to Chloe on the left block. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Nobody with Chloe on the backside, but Yanga with great rotation defense blocks away the shot. Storm Lake the other way. 28-17 in favor of the Tornadoes. They have led the whole ball game so far with a minute to go in the first half. Yanga top of the key, guarded by Chloe Cook, and we've got an offensive foul down low as Aiden came flying towards the bench.
Yeah, Bodholt setting a screen that time, trying to clear DeHaan. Moved to cut off Aiden because DeHaan that time didn't do a good job of rubbing her off the screen, so that forced Bodholt to move and be called for the moving screen.
We got 55 seconds left here in the first half.
Big possession.
Tigers trail it by 11, 28-17. Storm Lake pokes the basketball away. It's going to go out of bounds off the Tornadoes. They'll stick with the Tigers. 24 seconds on the shot clock, 45.3 left in the first half. Analia Ayala will inbound far side of the court in front of the Carroll fans. Ayala guarded on the out-of-bounds line by Raveling. They go to top of the key to Aiden. Aiden with the deep three. Going to miss the shot, but an offensive rebound by Allie Cook. She misses the putback. Rebound pulled down by Bodholt, and Storm Lake's pushing the pace the other way. Shot clock still on. About 3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock here for Storm Lake. Tornadoes with the basketball. They go back door to DeHaan. DeHaan with the reverse layup. Going to miss the shot. Basketball loose into the hands of Allie Cook. She'll throw it ahead to Ayala. Tigers have the numbers in transition. They go down low to Chloe. Chloe off the glass. Lays it in. Single-digit lead for Storm Lake. They can hold for the last shot with 9 seconds. Now down to 8. Raveling to the free throw line. Pulls up for the jumper. Misses the shot short. 3 seconds. Tigers with 2. I don't think Aiden's going to heave it at the buzzer. Misses the shot a little left, and it will be a 9-point lead for the Tornadoes going into halftime, 28-19. We will step away, take a break. We're back with the Culver Stats Report coming up on 93.7 KKRL.
For more than 40 years, Culver's has brought you fresh, never frozen deliciousness. And since 2012, we have been proud to serve the Carroll community. From mouth-watering burgers to our one-of-a-kind custards, our goal at Culver's is simple. Satisfy your hunger with the highest quality products delivered to you with a smile. Whether you are a coach, player, or parent, Culver's is the perfect destination to build team spirit. Come celebrate 12 years in Carroll with us.
Culver's, welcome to Delicious.
For more than 40 years, Culver's has brought you fresh, never frozen deliciousness. And since 2012, we have been proud to serve the Carroll community. From mouth-watering burgers to our one-of-a-kind custards, our goal at Culver's is simple. Satisfy your hunger with the highest quality products delivered to you with a smile. Whether you are a coach, player, or parent, Culver's is the perfect destination to build team spirit. Come celebrate 12 years in Carroll with us.
Culver's, welcome to Delicious.
Felt Security of Carroll is the choice of homeowners and business professionals. They choose Felt Security because of the local and prompt service, 24/7 technician support, and ability to control their security device from their mobile device. That makes keeping your property safe even easier. A professional Felt representative can help you create a protection plan for your home or business. No matter what you're trying to protect, they've got you covered. Felt Security of Carroll, proud supporters of all area high school athletes.
Before time runs out, call Halber Enterprises for all your grain handling projects. They're here to help you with all of your steel buildings and electrical needs. Whether you want to build new, add on, or simply need service and maintenance, Halber Enterprises and Sukup Manufacturing have experience with projects of all sizes. Call Mike or Gary at Halber Enterprises, 712-658-2141.
Carroll Tiger sports fans, Pizza Ranch would like to tell you about their new out-the-door special. Their buffet is a sure win, but when game day has you on the road or the family needs to fit in a meal around a busy practice schedule, be sure to ask about their great offers for carry-out or delivery. Any 2 medium pizzas for $22, or 12 pieces of chicken and mashed potatoes only $29, or try their $30 deal that includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 boneless wings, and a chocolate chip cookie. Order at pizzaranch.com today to score a delicious meal.
Financial planning can be easy to avoid, but in these uncertain times, it should be your top priority. Now is the time to put Silverleaf Wealth Management on your team. Whether you want to plan for retirement, better manage your investment assets, or fund your kids' education, Silverleaf Wealth Management can help you discover, design, and implement a plan for pursuing your goals. Visit us online or schedule a consultation with me, Ann Slechta, today by calling or texting us at 712-775-2251. This is Silverleaf Wealth Management of Carroll, Iowa.
It is a 28-19 lead for Storm Lake here at the half. In your Culver Central Report, Culver celebrating 40 years in business, 12 years in the Carroll area. Tigers struggled on offense, Jeff, in that first half. Got some more shots to fall in the second quarter. Average scored 13 in the second and had 6 in the first quarter for their 19 points here in the half. They've got to find somebody else to score besides Chloe Cook, who's got 9 in the 19 here at half.
Yeah, part of it is the defensive pressure here tonight from Storm Lake, but what that's done as well as they've scrambled all over the place. They've double-teamed. They've forced them to take some tough shots. When they haven't had tough shots, the Tigers have rushed them. But what I like was after DeHaan had the heat check 3 down here where I went, Carroll closes out the quarter on a 5-0 run, so that's got to bode well and give them some confidence going into the halftime. But as you mentioned, scoring 13 in the second quarter, they finally settled in a little bit against that defensive pressure. But you're 100% correct. You've got the scoring stats. Chloe Cook has carried them offensively here in the first half, and she's capable of doing that, but they need somebody else to score the basketball on a regular basis.
Combined between the Cook sisters, they have 12 of the 19 here at half. And they've got to find somebody. Aiden's missed some open shots. So she's a good enough shooter. She's going to knock some down.
And hopefully they'll fall.
And I think that's what Coach Cook is talking about in the locker room. We've had open shots that just haven't been getting to fall, but they've got to figure out what Storm Lake came out and did because they struggled in that first half. I'd imagine Storm Lake could change it up a little bit and kind of throw another Carroll, what are we doing here, coming out of the locker room with the lead that they have.
And that'll be the interesting thing. You just said it. What changes does Storm Lake make now to what they were doing in the first half? Because I thought Carroll made some nice adjustments to start that second quarter, and that's what helped the offense get going a little bit. But what will Storm Lake do and throw at them here in the second half?
Yeah, Storm Lake came out in the game trapping Carroll. I think the Tigers anticipated a full-court press, maybe not a trapping press. Right. And they were able to trap Aiden and really force her not to handle the basketball, force other girls to do it. And I wonder if they'll do something similar to that coming out of the locker room. Run you through the first half scoring real quick for Carroll. Caitlin Ada with 2 points, all 2 coming from the free throw line. Sophia Tigran had a 3. She knocked down a big 3 in the first quarter to cut it to single digits. Storm Lake led it by 13-3. Tigran knocks down the 3 to cut it to single digits. Elena Leah Ayala with 2 points. Chloe Cook at the half with 9, and then Allie Cook with the 3 for Carroll. Storm Lake on the other end, they knocked down 3 threes in the first half. They were led by Yanga. Yanga was a big factor. Avery DeHaan also with 10 points at the half for him, and you've got to find a way to slow down those two. Yanga played a lot better in the first half, I think, which helped lead to the help them get to the lead that they're at right now than the last time that Carroll played them up at Storm Lake.
Well, and I'm sure what Storm Lake did is they looked at what Carroll did and the fact that they focused on Yanga and they made some adjustments to get her some better looks because they really needed her to be able to play well to give them a chance here in the second half. But Yanga hanging out on the bench right now instead of warming up. I know after she went down hard, she finished out the half. So I'm doubting it's injury related, but if you're Carroll, it's curious right now to see Yanga over on the bench right now and not out warming up to start this second half. Doesn't mean she's not going to play.
I would imagine she's going to play. She finished out the half, and it could be a really big loss for Storm Lake if she doesn't play here in the second half. Again, winner going to advance to take on either Sioux Center. We're imagining it's going to be Sioux Center, but Sioux Center taking on MOC Floyd. The Valley going on right now as well up there in Sioux Center. So winner going to advance to come up, and they will play Tuesday night. Up into Sioux Center, depending on who wins that matchup. So if Carroll wins and Sioux Center loses, the game will be back here in Carroll. So we're hoping that happens. So the Tigers get to play another home game, but again, Carroll down 28-19 here at the half. We will step away, take a break. We got the second half coming up here on 93.7 KKRL.
Are you currently attending or planning to attend DMAC? It's time to start applying for financial assistance for fall 2025 classes. The 2025-26 FAFSA free application for federal student aid is now ready to be filed. To make this form even easier, we have trained professionals on campus to help you complete the application. DMAC has a foundation scholarship application open now until March 1st. Complete one scholarship application to be considered for one of the many scholarships available at DMAC. Call us today at 712-792-1755 and take the first steps towards success.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you're looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest.
Thank you for calling Brinks Exteriors. This is Allie.
Hi, we recently had a tree fall in our house, and I'd like to get an estimate on roof damage.
Sure, we offer free on-site consultations for all our services.
Great. While I have you, could you refer me to someone who can replace a drafty window?
Brinks does windows too, with high-quality Energy Star products.
What if we'd like to replace our siding?
Brinks has you covered.
Gutters? Doors?
Our name says it all. Brinks Exteriors is your headquarters for all things exterior, from start to finish.
Call 712-ROOF-PRO or visit BrinksExteriors.com.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City, MackeyMotors.com.
Does your IT support really understand your business and goals? Or are they just there to fix something when needed? That isn't putting technology to work for your business. Custom Technology Solutions, or CTS, has been supporting all kinds of business for over 25 years. CTS, owned and operated right here in Carroll, is your IT partner that understands how to use technology for your success. Call Jamie North at Custom Technology Solutions at 877-287-1007 and work with a true IT partner. That's CTS, Custom Technology Solutions.
Custom graduation invitations for your one-of-a-kind senior from Stone Printing and Office Supply. It's super easy. You bring in your favorite picture of your senior, and Stones will custom design your invites to your needs. That's it. You're busy with all the other details. So let Stone Printing and Office Supply take the invitations off your list and make them memorable. And remember, Stone Printing and Office Supply also does yard signage too. Congratulations to all area graduates.
Have the basketball coming out of the quarter change out of the locker room as they will work left to right down the court. They quickly go to Chloe Cook, has her shot blocked away by Yanga. Aiden with an offensive rebound, misses the putback. It'll go out of bounds off of the Tigers, and Storm Lake will get the basketball back, leading by 9 at 28-19.
Seventh rebound of the game right now for Caitlin Aiden. It's been her and Allie Cook. Aiden with 7, Cook, Allie with 5. Nobody else with more than 2 for Carroll right now.
Raveling gets it ahead to Dahan. Dahan with a pull-up jumper has her shot rim in and out. Basketball still loose on the floor in the hands of Harder with an offensive rebound. Yanga going to attack off the glass and lays it in for two.
Not the start Carroll needed.
Yanga into double digits now with 11 points. It's 30-19 in favor of the Tornadoes. Spoor, who started the second half, is going to get it down to Roeder. I was trying to see who was on the bench, and Tigran sat the bench here to start the second half. Roeder misses the shot. Storm Lake the other way in transition. Minute off the clock here in the third quarter. Name your Motor Inn player of the game coming up tonight. Going to get an over and back call on Storm Lake as they tried to save it. Raveling with the turnover. Harder tried to save it for the Tornadoes.
Good defense that time by Carroll, and I think Jersey Spoor probably on the court for her defensive prowess and stuff. She's a pretty strong defensive player.
Again, a 30-19 lead for the Tornadoes. Tigers with the basketball in a half-court set. Aiden top of the key with it. Going to go around the screen and will spot up for the three-point shot and knock it down. Caitlin Aiden with her first field goal from the floor here in the ballgame.
And that was a good job that time by Carroll. They double screamed Harder. She wasn't anticipating that second one. Tried to go under the screens instead of over. She's played really well defensively, but that time Carroll got to her.
Yanga on the left block, dumps it down low to Kinkle. Kinkle has her shot blocked away by Caitlin Aiden. They'll stick with the Tornadoes underneath their own basket. 24 seconds on the shot clock. 30-22 lead for Carroll. For Storm Lake.
Real quick here, Jeff Storyhan in the house tonight, Casey, shooting photos, and they're going to go up on the Jeannie Kirchhoff Facebook page tonight. Jeannie is tonight's sponsor.
Off the inbounds, playing it in for two is Grace Kinkle.
And those will be free to download, by the way.
10-point lead for the Tigers. Allie Cook might have been fouled when she went to pass the basketball away. It's stolen away by Raveling. Raveling going to get it ahead to Dahan. Dahan with the three goes off high off the rim. Out of bounds off of Kinkle, and it'll be Tiger basketball.
And you heard the whole Storm Lake crowd yell woof as Allie Cook was coming up behind there for a moment, almost came up with the steal. Neither team offensively real crisp, kind of just like what we saw in the first quarter. Neither team real crisp here to start this third quarter.
It's a 10-point lead for the Tornadoes, 32-22. Tigers have the basketball off of the inbounds. Into Roeder. Goes out to Allie. Allie will dribble baseline, goes around her defender, leaves the shot a little strong, tries to grab it off the miss, and her foot's going to step on the baseline. It'll go back over to Storm Lake.
Kinkle and Yanga both have length, and you've seen Carroll struggle with that length when they've got to the rim tonight.
They were able to force turnovers by Storm Lake the first time they met. Carroll unable to do that so far here in the ballgame.
Yeah. Mentioned that in the first half. Storm Lake's really handled their pressure full court, but they've done a really nice job in the half court against it as well. Tip your cap to their guards in the way they've played tonight.
Roeder and Sporer take a seat. Annalie Ayala and Sophia Tigran into the ballgame. Yanga with the turnaround jumper goes in and out. Offensive rebound by Harder, who crashed the glass hard. She's fouled on the putback. She'll go to the line for two free throws.
And right now, you hate to say it, but the team that's playing harder is I think, the team from Storm Lake.
Harder to the line, had 7 points in the first half. Free throw is good. Give her 8 now here in the ball game.
Had a chance to stretch this back to a 12-point game after Carroll had it to 9 at halftime.
33-22, second free throw going to be left short. Rebound pulled down by Chloe Cook. Storm Lake outscoring Carroll 5-3 here in the third quarter. Tigran dribbles baseline, almost travels with it, but able to keep the pivot foot down on the floor. Looking for somewhere to go, tries to dump it to Allie Cook, who was cut into the corner. Tigran thought she was going to stay on the block. Turnover in the hands of Storm Lake. Raveling near the free throw line. Going to go high off the glass.
That was a bad shot.
It was an awkward looking shot, but an offensive rebound though for the Tornadoes. They get it to Raveling in the close side wing. Guarded by Tigran. She'll dribble baseline. Blows by Tigran. Tigran going to commit the foul from the backside as trying to go for the block. Raveling will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Is that number 3 on Sophia? I think it
That's
might
going to be number 3 on Sophia here in the ballgame.
And Carroll already up to 2 here in this quarter.
33-22, 5:02 left in the third. As Raveling will go to the free throw line. Free throw on the way, it's up and good. Storm Lake's done a nice job from the line as well. When they get the chance, they go down and they're knocking them down. They didn't do that the last time these two teams played.
Yeah, they're the team that right now, from that what you told me in that first matchup, has taken the step forward tonight and is playing differently. I'd say Carroll may be playing close to what they played the first time these two teams met.
Carroll struggled with turnovers and struggled to shoot when they met up in Storm Lake, as Raveling will go 2 for 2 from the line.
Ayala running the point guard is Caitlin Ayton getting a little bit of a break. Not too often do you see Caitlin Ayton sit.
And defensively for the Tigers, she's their best defender. Allie Cook with a pull-up jumper knocks it down. Her first points here in the second half. She's got 5 in the ball game. Yanga dribbles baseline, goes high off the glass, and we're going to get a late foul call as Allie Cook hit the deck. The foul came as the basketball was coming down off the backboard, so it was a really late whistle.
I think he might have been waiting to see if the shot went in, but that's number 3 now on Allie Cook.
Yanga will go to the line for 2 free throws. First free throw's no good.
And a quick break for Caitlin Ayton.
If you're Carroll, you want to come back.
You got to have her on the field.
You got to have her on the court.
Yep.
I think Coach Cook knows that. 35-24, 11-point lead for the Tornadoes. Second free throw from Yanga going to be left short. She goes 0 for 2 from the line.
Rowetter with that rebound, her first of the night.
Aiden with the basketball, top of the key, goes by her defender, kicks it out to Allie Cook for 3, a high arcing 3, going to miss the whole rim. Offensive rebound, though, by Jersey Spoor. Cook drives the basket, rims in and out. Rebound pulled down by Bodholt for Storm Lake. How many shots tonight has Carroll had halfway down and come back out?
Yep.
Yanga on the left block. Tries to kick it in the corner to Bodholt. Jersey Spoor with the steal. Aiden quickly the other way. Chloe Cook running the length of the court. Going to go off the glass, misses the shot. Rowetter with an offensive rebound, put back is good. Olivia Rowetter with her first points here in the ball game. Back to 9 now here for Storm Lake. Closest Carroll has been is 4.
And Carroll has upped their intensity on both ends of the floor to match what Storm Lake was playing with.
35-26 lead for the Tornadoes. Bodholt kicks it out to Yanga. Yanga near the right wing. Is going to lay it in for 2. Took Chloe Cook one-on-one. A little bit of iso ball, and will go to the line for an and 1 opportunity.
And Chloe Cook now with 3. The Tigers with 4 here in the quarter.
One more foul will put Storm Lake at the line the rest of the quarter. 3:38 left here in the third.
Storm Lake's got some really good play off their bench tonight. Bodholt just checking out Casey. She's done some nice things on both ends of the floor for them tonight.
37-26. Yanga knocks down the free throw.
And every time Carroll's made a run, Storm Lake seems to have had an answer here tonight.
Yanga up to 14 points in the ball game. 12-point lead now back for Storm Lake. Their largest lead is 13. There should be, I think, 14 here in the first half. Aiden tries to go down low to Allie Cook. Pass a little too high, stolen away by Kinkle. Raveling now with the basketball. Top of the key with it. Storm Lake working with it in the half-court set. Aiden guarded by Raveling. Raveling to Harder. Harder to Yanga. Yanga's been great here. Splits the defense. A nice jump stop in the lane and lays it in for 2. And Allie Cook couldn't really contest that with the 3 fouls.
Yeah, and Yanga showed some really good athleticism that time to jump to the side to split that double team.
14-point lead for Storm Lake at 40-26. Aiden kicks it out to Rowetter. Rowetter on the wing will dribble into the free throw line. Hands it off to Chloe Cook. Free throw line jumper going to be good. Chloe Cook into double figures with 11. Turnover on the other, and Allie Cook coming away with the steal.
Just the 4th steal tonight for Carroll High, unofficially anyway.
Aiden, top of the key, going to come off the screen set by Chloe. She'll take the 3. Going to miss the shot. Olivia Rowetter crashing the glass hard. Went up for 2. We're going to get a foul on Storm Lake. They're going to call it on the floor.
Yeah, great hustle. Olivia now playing like that senior that doesn't want to see that senior season come to an end. She's gotten really gritty on the boards here in this second half.
Tigers will inbound underneath their own basket. Analia Ayala into the game. Rowetter will take a seat momentarily for the Tigers. It's a 12-point lead for Storm Lake with 2:20 left here in the third.
And only the second on Yanga. So she stayed out of foul trouble tonight. That was going to be a key, I thought, for Carroll, was to try and get her in foul trouble.
Yanga and DeHaan have combined for 26 of the 40 from Storm Lake tonight. Tigers going to turn it over on the inbounds play.
And another turnover for Carroll here tonight.
Harder has it poked away. Basketball loose on the floor. Yanga goes after it. They're going to get Yanga, I think, for a travel. Actually, going to get a timeout on the floor first before the travel. So it'll be 40-28 with a timeout on the floor.
You can slide with the basketball. You just can't roll with it.
2:09 left here in the third. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll step away, take a break. We're back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 KKRL.
Bruner, Reinhardt & Morton is a general practice law firm that's been providing highly ethical, professional, and dedicated legal services to their clients since 1936 in Carroll, Glidden, Coon Rapids, and Guthrie Center communities. Bruner, Reinhardt & Morton is a 4-attorney firm with a combined 97 years of experience. For more information, call Barry, Dave, Eric, or Jessica at 792-3480 or visit brunerlegal.com.
It is a 40-28 lead for Storm Lake with 2:09 left here in the third quarter. Storm Lake will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. They go down low to Yanga. Yanga kicks it out to DeHaan for three, and she knocks it down. Avery DeHaan's third three here in the ball game, and Storm Lake shooting a lot better than they did the last time these two teams met. Already exceeding the point total that they had earlier in the year. DeHaan now up to 13. Tigers have the basketball. Aiden top of the key with it. Going to use the screen set by Cook. Chloe on the pick and roll goes to the hoop, and she was fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. I know Chloe doesn't have that many rebounds, but she's been their best player offensively tonight.
She has been. And you know, the interesting thing to me is Carroll just seems out of sync offensively tonight. Nothing's come easy for them. Even when, you know, they're getting a look, it's come hard. There's not been easy layups. I mean, even if there has been, but they're not breaking the pressure and getting the ball with a clean look right away. Everything they've had to work for.
Cook misses the first free throw. The foul was awarded to Raveling. Her second. Cook will go 1 for 2 from the line. Got a team high 12 points here in the game. If the Tigers can get it to single digits going into the fourth, don't count them out.
No.
So they've got to make a run here in the winding last 30 seconds, last minute 30 here in the third quarter. Raveling near the free throw line. Goes in on Chloe Cook. Goes off the glass. Shot no good. Chloe Cook pulls down the rebound.
And that's her third.
Ahead to Tigran. Tigran will dribble baseline. Picks up her dribble. Kicks it out to Annalie Ayala. Fakes a three. We're going to get a foul down low on Storm Lake. Ayala tried to split the defense. Raveling commits the block. It'll be her third. She's picked up back-to-back fouls here on the last two Carroll possessions.
We're still sliding, Casey, as Ayala went into the air.
Roeder will come in to inbound the basketball underneath the Tiger basket. Shot clock resets to 35 with a minute 16 left here in the third. Roeder swings into the corner to Chloe. Chloe Cook will dribble towards the free throw line. Now in the paint, goes against Yanga, and Yanga going to block it away. Yanga did a nice job of keeping Chloe in front of her and really not bumping her at all to commit the foul.
She's done a nice job of really going straight up defensively tonight. It's got to be, about block number 5 tonight, probably?
Yeah, something around there. I haven't kept track of blocks, but did a great job of contesting shots. Roeder has her shot blocked away, gets the miss, though. Put back no good. And we're going to get a foul call from the backside official as Roeder will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, easier for that official to see where the young lady had reached in. I think it was Kennedy Miller that picked that one up.
Be the first on Miller. Roeder will go to the line for a couple of free throws to cut into the Storm Lake lead. Free throw on the way, rims in and out. 33-29 in favor of the Tornadoes. A minute 1 left here in the third. I'll name that Motor Inn player of the game coming up tonight for you in the post-game show. Also, hopefully catch up with Coach Cook and the player. Katie always good at coming up and talking to us.
Yep. Hopefully Carroll will get something going here in the fourth quarter.
Roeder will go back to the line. Missed the first one moments ago. Second one on the way. And she will go 0 for 2 at the line. Tigers going to fight for the offensive rebound in the hands of Chloe Cook. Cook dribbles baseline, goes by Yanga, goes up strong to the basket. And he's going to draw the foul on Kinkle. Chloe Cook will go back to the line and had a nice drive there from the far side corner and to get the chance to go to the free throw line.
And I think if Kinkle doesn't jump on that, she probably doesn't pick up the foul because she was there, but when she jumped, I think that's what allowed to get
it almost
Chloe
looked like
to the
she
free throw
blocked
line.
the shot at first.
Yes.
Cook to the line, knocks down the first free throw.
Carroll's got to score when the clock's not running, so free throws the rest of this game for Carroll are going to be huge.
43-30, under a minute to play in the third quarter. Cook back to the line, free throw. Sorry, might have poked with my pen, but Cook knocks down the second free throw. She's got 3 free throws made here in the third quarter. She made one in the first quarter.
What are they?
Roeder might be bleeding for something on the leg. I think
that could be.
Or they're going to wrap the knee up as bleeding on the knee, so they're going to wrap her up a little bit, I would imagine.
Give her time here real quick as Tom Borcher's doing an excellent job, and now Katie Cook coming out there to help that as well.
They get Olivia back on the court.
Hopefully that ramp's going to stay. It's not connected real well
right now.
real
well, but I think they just had to rush it so she can get back out on the court.
Yeah, didn't want to sub her out.
They didn't want to waste the timeout subbing her out. Raveling has it for Storm Lake. 50 seconds left here in the third. Shot clock down to 28 for the Tornadoes. The ball 12-point lead at 43-31 in favor of Storm Lake. They go down low to Yanga. Yang on the left block, draws a double team, and we're going to get a blocking foul on Sophia Tigran. The Carroll bench wanted a charge call, but I think Tigran a little late coming over on defense.
Yeah, and I think she fell a little late after the contact, and I think that was part of why they drew that on her.
Didn't sell it enough.
Yes.
Yanga will go to the line for a couple of free throws, so that's the fifth foul on the Tigers in the quarter, fourth on Tigran. Yanga knocks down the first free throw.
And real quick here, you know me, I like to do shout-outs. A quick shout-out, Trayvon Keeley from Peyton Sheridan, and now tonight, Brandon Steiger, head volleyball coach, assistant girls basketball coach with East Sac County, hanging out tonight watching the game. Both in the Carroll section, cheering on the Tigers.
44-31, 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. Aiden going to be trapped. Tries to throw it ahead to Allie Cook. She'll dribble. Almost travel with it. Goes cross-court to Roeder, who cuts to the basket and lays it in for two.
Great look by Allie. Outstanding cut that time by Rowe.
Type of winning plays that Allie makes. We need to make more of those in the fourth quarter. Tigers down 11 as Storm Lake can go for the last shot with 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. We're going to get a foul on Analia Ayala as Raveling was dribbling the far out of bounds line on the far side of the court.
And not a good foul because you're called for a hand check 25 feet away from the basket.
To the free throw line.
And it sends him to the free throw line. Otherwise, you might have got to stop here. Now you got to hope that she misses these free throws.
Raveling to the line. First free throw on the way, and it's good. 3 points for Raveling here in the third quarter. All three coming from the free throw line.
And the tough thing to defend Ayala is that they've left you play physical down inside, but it's that hand check out on the perimeter that gets you.
Yeah. The rebound pulled down by Analia Ayala off the missed free throw. Tigers can hold for the last shot. Clock down to 9. Aiden top of the key with it. Clock down to 6. She'll dribble in on Yanga. Now backs it out. Step back 3. And Aiden going to be fouled away from the basket. That's the... And Aiden with the chance to cut it into the lead and set it to single digits potentially with 3 made free throws here.
And no contact up top, but didn't really give her a clean place to land. And I think that's where that foul came from. But 3 free throws now coming up.
Aiden on the season, a 74% free throw shooter. First one on the way. It's knocked down. 6 points in the ball game for Caitlin Aiden. Chloe Cook with the team high 14 points. Tigers have been more balanced scoring in the second half. I will say that. Aiden knocks down the second free throw. Aiden's got 4 made free throws tonight here in the game. 2 came in the second quarter, 2 so far here in the third.
I've got to get a stop over this last 3.1. She hits this, you're going to be down 9 going into the fourth.
She will miss the free throw. Tigers down 10. Storm Lake not going to get a shot off at the buzzer, and they will lead by 10 points going to the fourth quarter. We will step away, take a break. We're back in 1 minute on 93.7 KKRL.
For more than 40 years, Culver's has brought you fresh, never frozen deliciousness. And since 2012, we have been proud to serve the Carroll community. From mouth-watering burgers to our one-of-a-kind custards, our goal at Culver's is simple. Satisfy your hunger with the highest quality products delivered to you with a smile. Whether you are a coach, player, or parent, Culver's is the perfect destination to build team spirit. Come celebrate 12 years in Carroll with us.
Culver's, welcome to Delicious.
Felt Security of Carroll is the choice of homeowners and business professionals. They choose Felt Security because of the local and prompt service, 24/7 technician support, and ability to control their security device from their mobile device. That makes keeping your property safe even easier. A professional Felt representative can help you create a protection plan for your home or business. No matter what you're trying to protect, they've got you covered. Felt Security of Carroll, proud supporters of all area high school athletes.
Point lead for Storm Lake going to the fourth. And Jeff, you just wrapped up wrestling coverage down in Des Moines today. 15 area wrestlers competed at the state wrestling tournament, almost a record high for us.
Yeah.
We got a lot of kids with successful state tournaments down there as well.
Yeah, I want to give a quick congratulations to, of course, Owen Clucky finishing 5th, and then Michael Rowetter, of course, down there as well as Quentin Polkin. Congrats to those guys, and thanks to Jeff Honnold and Bill Kane for broadcasting all of that for us.
I don't know if we can thank Honnold.
That's true. He's sitting behind us, and I saw him enough for 4 days. I'm glad Lisa's here. I mean, she's such a wonderful lady. And stuff. But Jeff, he could have stayed home.
Well, you got Jeff and Jeff talking behind us.
Yes, and that's a scary, scary thought. The two Jeffs.
10-point lead for Storm Lake. Tigers have the basketball coming back off the missed shot. Analia Ayala, top of the key to Chloe Cook. Tigers need to make a big run here in the fourth quarter, down by 10. They'll swing it out to Ayala. Ayala dribbles in, dumps it down low to Roeder. Roeder had an open jumper, but going to pass on it. Goes off the glass. Fights for the offensive rebound. He's going to tie up Kinkle, I think. Possession arrow will keep it with Carroll. A nice job by Roeder to fight for the missed ball, for the loose basketball. It's 50-50 place.
Surprised that Kinkle didn't go after that one harder and had allowed Roeder to get back into the play.
Tigers with a fresh shot clock will inbound the basketball underneath their own basket. Roeder on the inbounds will lay it in for two.
Great pass that time by Caitlin Aiden to get it over to Rowe for the bucket. Carroll, as close as they've been since they fell down by double digits in the second quarter.
8-point game. I want to mention something. It looked like Aiden faked the pass out. The girl that was guarding Roeder came to where the pass was going, led Roeder wide open on the left block. Storm Lake working with it. 3 on the other end by Raveling, and that's an answer for Storm Lake.
And as I mentioned in the first half, every time Carroll's went on a run, Storm Lake has had an answer to this point in the game.
Tigers. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you're Carroll, you just got to try and keep chipping away.
Ayala with the 3, going to miss it long. It'll bound out of bounds, and it will be Storm Lake basketball. 11-point lead, 48-37. Tigers need a big defensive stop, just a couple big defensive stops here coming up in the fourth quarter.
Got to win it with the defense, got to create turnovers. They've got 4 steals in this game. I think they need to be up around 8 or 9 by the time this one ends to get back into this.
Raveling will back it out. Has in your center court, goes down low to Kinkle on the left block, guarded by Roeder. Kinkle goes off the glass, going to miss the shot. Roeder almost had the rebound, but it's going to go in the hands of Chloe Cook. Aiden the other way. I think Tigers got to pick up the pace offensively a little bit. Not that they're not going at a fast pace, but you're down by 11 with 6 minutes left. Allie Cook off the dribble. Shot rolls around the rim. It's no good. Harder pulls down the rebound. Tigers on defense now. They trail it by 11 at 48-37 here in the fourth quarter. We'll name your motor and player of the game coming up in the postgame show. Raveling dribbles baseline. Raveling going to go off the glass. Nobody picked her up as she went towards the paint. It'll be 2 more points for Raveling.
And that's big because that pushes that lead back to 13. And, of course, it's Katie Cook to call a timeout.
She's got to call a timeout there. 5:41 left in the fourth. A 13-point lead, as Jeff just mentioned, 50-37. We will step away, take a break. We're back in 30 seconds on 93.7 KKRL.
Before time runs out, call Halber Enterprises for all your grain handling projects. They're here to help you with all of your steel buildings and electrical needs. Whether you want to build new, add on, or simply need service and maintenance, Halber Enterprises and Sukup Manufacturing have experience with projects of all sizes. Call Mike or Gary at Halber Enterprises, 712-658-2141.
It's a 50-37 lead for Storm Lake to come back to you out of the timeout. Again, your motor and player of the game coming up tonight in your post-game show. Motor to Carroll Premier Toyota in his Chevy dealership. Everything from sales to service to parts and collision. Post on our Carroll Broadcasting Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages later on tonight, as well as up at sports.13kcim.com, and also on all of our social platforms as well. That motor and player of the game coming up in your post-game show. Both teams back out on the court. Again, it's a 13-point lead for Storm Lake, 50-37. Jeff Carroll needs to go on a run here last 5:41.
Yeah, you've got to have this down to an 8-point game by probably the 3-minute mark to have a chance. I think if you're down by double digits with three minutes left, then all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure on you at that point.
S'mores checked into the game off the timeout. She'll have it top of the key. Swings it out to Aiden. Aiden will try to dribble in on Harder. Now backs it out. Aiden left. Goes cross court to S'more. S'more kind of out away from the three-point line. She got it away from the basket. Cook near the free throw line. Chloe Cook's jumper's no good. Harder pulls down the rebound. We're going to get a block foul on Aiden. Aiden, I think, trying to get the call. Yep. But was a step late going there. It'll be a foul on Aiden. Her second.
There was some contact there, but that was one, not saying she flopped because she didn't, but she was trying really hard to get the call there.
Harder inbounds. Raveling now with it, going to direct some traffic. Chloe Cook coming out to put pressure on the basketball. Cook out there with 3 fouls. Raveling still with it. Will dribble around the screen, top of the key. 5 minutes left here in the fourth. Hands it off to Harder. To Yanga. Yanga has it go through her hands. They go down low to Kinkle, who's got position. And she'll go off the glass for 2 points.
And KC, largest lead of the game right now for Storm Lake.
It's a 15-point lead for the Tornadoes. Road are going to take a 3. Left it a little short. Offensive rebound, Allie Cook. She's fouled on the putback. Free throw's coming for the junior.
And Allie playing hard like she always does. There's no quit. And there's no quit in this Carroll team. They're going to play all the way until the final second ticks off the clock. This is a great basketball team that Carroll's got right now. You don't finish third in the Raccoon River Conference without being a really, really, really good team.
Allie Cook misses the first free throw. Got Bodholt checking back into the game. Yanga takes a seat with 4. Cook's second free throw is knocked down, and that could be huge. I think they might elect to keep Yanga on the bench with a big lead, but at some point she might have to come back into the game with Carroll can trim it down here. And this is where you need to attack the paint, I think, with Yanga on the bench.
Absolutely, and if she comes back into the game, you instantly have to go at her to try and get her out of the game.
14-point lead, 52-38. Bodholt with the baseline jumper. She knocks down the shot.
I don't want to sound repetitive, but their spacing tonight has been fantastic.
54-38. Jersey Spore will take the corner 3. Going to miss it long. Offensive rebound by Chloe Cook goes off the glass. 2 more points for the sophomore. They're going to get a timeout on the floor by the Tigers. They cut it to 14 at 54-40. 4:10 left here in the fourth quarter.
And we got a warning, I think, for a flop on Grace Kinkle on that one. To be honest with you, I don't think she flopped. She was trying to shuffle backwards and lost her footing, but the official that was standing there, I think, called her for a flop. So you got a rare flop warning in high school basketball.
54-40 is your score. Storm Lake on top of 4:10 left here in the fourth. Jeff, we've mentioned that Carroll needs to go on a run here. Coming out of the timeout, Coach Cook, I think, really talking down to her girls about the grit in this game. This is where you got to mention we don't want the season to end.
Right.
You know, yeah. you play for your seniors and try to come back in this game.
The biggest thing, though, is that you can't start pressing and pressuring yourself to make plays. You just got to go out and stay relaxed and play as hard as you possibly can for this last 4 minutes and 10 seconds, because if you start pressuring yourself, then all of a sudden you start turning it over, you start putting your rushing shots, you're not concentrating. You still got to stay focused. And then if you're Storm Lake with Yanga on the bench, if you can keep her on the bench and maintain this lead or keep it around double digits till about the 2-minute mark, you're probably comfortable to bring her back in.
Both teams come back out of their respective huddles onto the floor from the timeout. It's a 54-40 lead for Storm Lake. 4:10 left here in the fourth quarter. Casey Miners, Jeff Lincoln with you in the Gatorade broadcast booth tonight here on 93.7 KKRL. Tigers going to implement a little bit of a full court press. Looks like a 1-2-2. A little bit, might try to trap Storm Lake. They quickly go down low to Kinkle. Nobody with Kinkle on the back end, and Chloe Cook going to pick up her 4th foul, trying to come back and play defense on Kinkle as Kinkle was wide open on the left side of the basket.
Hadn't seen that since the first half, but that's what we saw in that first half was that pressure defense sucks up. And Storm Lake kicked somebody deep, and Kinkle was wide open. Chloe had to spring back and foul her, otherwise it was an easy basket.
Kinkle will knock down the first free throw. 4 fouls on Chloe Cook. She's got a team-high 16 here in the ballgame.
Been impressed by Storm Lake tonight. First time I've seen them. This is a good ball club to come in and do this to Carroll at Carroll's place. It tells you how good this team is.
Kinkle will go 2 for 2 from the line. Largest lead at 16 here at 56-40. Tigers have the basketball down by 16 with under 4 to play. Aiden going to miss the shot. We've got a jump ball call. Possession arrow will give it to the Tornadoes.
And Storm Lake just been the more physical team. We talked, you said that first game was really physical. Tonight, I think they've been the more physical ball club.
Carroll unable to match that physicality tonight. They were able to match it up there in Storm Lake. Aiden tries to poke it away. Basketball loose, but it's going to roll in the hands of Harder. She'll kick it ahead to Bodholt. Cross court to Dahan. Dahan guarded by Spore. Uses a shot fake. Now drives in, and she's fouled on the pull-up jumper. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
And they've done it, sorry there, Casey. They've done a really nice job of kind of shutting Dahan down here in the second half. It's been Yanga, Kinkle. Raveling has hurt him at times here tonight. So it's been other players besides Dahan here in the second half for Storm Lake.
Dahan had 10 at half. She's got now 4 here in the quarter with an 8th free throw.
And that lead continuing to grow up to 17. That's by far their largest here of the ballgame.
If it gets close to 20, you got to worry if you're Carroll. Free throw up and good.
And they're doing this with Yanga on the bench.
The way Storm Lake's played tonight, if I'm Sioux Center and I look at this score and watch back on this film, I'm worried a little bit.
I don't want to see him.
Yep. Allie Cook lays it in for 2. She's approaching double figures, 8 in the ball game. Storm Lake has in the backcourt. Raveling near center court now, crosses the timeline to get it to Bodholt. Bodholt back out to Raveling. 3:15 left here in the fourth. 58-42 in favor of Storm Lake. Raving goes by the defense. The shot rolls around the rim and it falls in.
And I just don't know if Carroll's got an answer defensively right now, Casey, with 3 minutes left.
Raveling up to double digits. Aiden going to take a 3 off the screen and knocks it down. Caitlin Aiden's got double figures with 10. 60-45, 15-point lead for Storm Lake, and Aiden going to pick up a foul away from the basket in the backcourt. It'll be the 5th on the Tigers, so Storm Lake will shoot free throws the rest of the way. This is the 3rd on Aiden. 2:44 left here. Actually, it might be the 4th. I thought they had. I looked up and there was 4 on there, so that's them in the 4th.
Yeah, sometimes Carroll's really quick at getting those fouls up, but compared to a lot of schools. But yeah, I think Carroll going to maybe try to extend this game a little bit, maybe with some fouls and give themselves some chances here.
2:40 left in the ball game. We'll talk with Coach Cook and a player coming up in your Mackey Motors postgame show. Kinkle away from the basket, going to be trapped. They kick it out to Raveling. Raveling to Harder. Harder back out to Raveling. Storm Lake, I think, going to elect to run some clock here with the 15-point lead. Raveling's trapped. Splits the defense. Basketball loose on the floor. They tried to foul Raveling, and they're eventually going to get her fouled.
And I think that's going to go on Allie Cook, and that's number 4.
I'm wondering if Chloe was there, too, so I wonder if they're going to get it on Chloe. If that was on Chloe, it would have been her 5th. But Chloe and Allie both now with 4 fouls in the ball game.
And you're at that point down 15 with 2:20 to go. You don't want to lose them players, but if they're in the situation where they're the ones that have to foul, you got to foul. So
Raveling will go to the line. Free throw no good off the back iron. Bodholt into the game. Yanga was in momentarily. She'll go take a seat again. I think Storm Lake's coach electing to sit her with the 15-point lead and 2:20 left here in the 4th.
They played well with her on the bench for that 3-4 minute stretch.
Raveling goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Carroll needs to get something quick. Doesn't have to be a 3, but they need to get something quick.
Aiden off the screen. She'll launch the 3 and knock it down. Caitlin Aiden with back-to-back shots from the other end of the court for the Tigers. He's now up to 13 here in the ballgame. Raving has the basketball. We'll swing it ahead to DeHaan. We're going to get a timeout by Storm Lake. 61-48 in favor of the Tornadoes. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step away. We'll take it with them. We're back in 30 seconds at 93.7 KKRL.
Carroll Tiger sports fans, Pizza Ranch would like to tell you about their new out-the-door special. Their buffet is a sure win, but when game day has you on the road or the family needs to fit in a meal around a busy practice schedule, be sure to ask about their great offers for carry-out or delivery. Any 2 medium pizzas for $22, or 12 pieces of chicken and mashed potatoes only $29, or try their $30 deal that includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 boneless wings, and a chocolate chip cookie. Order at pizzaranch.com today to score a delicious meal.
2 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. 61-48 in favor of Storm Lake Tigers. We mentioned it, Jeff, the last couple times we come back. Not saying it's over.
Right.
But you have to go on a big run. You got to knock down shots from the outside here the last 2 minutes.
And the good thing is Caitlin Aiden's just knocked down her last 2 threes. I have a feeling that's probably what that timeout came for Storm Lake. They wanted to adjust how they were trying to handle Carroll's aggressiveness on defense. But I think the other thing is they probably don't want to let Caitlin Aiden get going from the outside.
You can cut it to maybe single digits with a minute or under, probably a minute left. Carroll might be good. But Storm Lake has the basketball up 61-48. They'll swing it out to DeHaan. DeHaan will take a 3. She's going to have it rim in and out. Roeder with the rebound. Tigers got to go quickly on the offensive end. Aiden into the front court. So dribble baseline. Aiden tries to go off the glass. Going to miss the shot. Fights for the rebound in the hands of Kinkle. Clock down to a minute 30 now. 61-48 in favor of Storm Lake. We're going to get a foul on the floor by Aiden, and that's Aiden's 4th. She hit the deck really hard.
Yeah.
She's a little slow getting up.
And Coach Richter came over to help her up. A lot of respect, I think, for Caitlin, the way she plays. I think she had gotten into position with her feet, but she tried to reach across and steal the ball, and that's, I think, where that foul came on Caitlin that time. If she'd have just slid in front, you might have got the charge.
Raveling knocks down the free throw, so now Aiden, Allie, and Chloe all with 4 fouls here in the ball game.
And the big thing is if she makes this one, all of a sudden you're down by 5 3-pointers just to tie the ball game.
Second free throw is up and good. 15-point lead here for Storm Lake with 1:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Allie Cook with a hard dribble will lay it in. 2 more points for Allie. She's into double figures with 10.
Storm Lake just making sure not to foul.
50-63 in favor of the Tornadoes, and we're going to get a jump ball possession arrow. We'll give it to Carroll. If you come down, knock down a 3, you're down 10 with probably right around a minute to go. Under a minute, I'd say about 50 seconds to go.
Yeah, and that time DeHaan made the mistake of picking up her dribble over on the sideline right in front of the bench. She had a double team on you, then you had the sideline. There was nowhere for her to go. If you're Storm Lake right now, you want to keep the ball away from the sidelines.
Aiden has it for Carroll. Tigers need to get a quick basket. Thought about the step back where he gets it to Roeder. Roeder will go one-on-one with the defender and lay it in for 2. Cuts it to 11. Now it's 63-52 with the 56 seconds left. Tigers not electing to foul. They'll throw it ahead.
Surprised at that, and there's Chloe.
Chloe going to pick up her 5th. So she will foul out of the ball game with 46.6 left here in the fourth. That's going to get Sophia Tigran into the ball game for Carroll. As Avery DeHaan will go to the free throw line.
And I'm thinking a very good free throw shooter, if memory serves me correct,
yeah.
Casey.
I'll take a look here real quick. I know she's made some already here in the ball game. DeHaan on the season comes in as a 71.8% free throw shooter.
Most of the time, if you can shoot threes the way she does, you're probably a pretty good free throw shooter as well.
Free throw is good from DeHaan. She's knocked down 5 free throws here in the game. Takes the lead back to 12 at 64-52. DeHaan back to the line, free throw on the way, and she goes 2 for 2. I will say this, Storm Lake's been great offensively. Both teams have exceeded their point totals from the last time these two teams played. Tigran open, she's going to take the 3-point shot. It's going to go hard off the back iron. Rebound pulled down by Yanga.
That's pretty much going to do it.
I don't know if the Carroll Tigers will elect to foul here if Storm Lake gets it up across the timeline. Storm Lake still has to take a shot, about 1/10 of a second separating the shot clock and the game clock. I think they're just going to let the dribble it out here with 20 seconds left in the ball game, and Storm Lake going to advance to take on the winner of the Sioux Center or MOC Floyd Valley coming up.
And that's a rivalry game. They're not that far apart, so don't count MOC. And you hate to see this. Caitlin Aiden, she knows this is the end of a brilliant career, a 4-year starter here at Carroll. She was hunched down in a catcher stance, and you know the emotions catching the best of that young lady right now.
It's going to be a tough loss tonight for Carroll as their season comes to an end. They're going to have to inbound it with 1 second left. And Kayla Hayden going to huck a shot at the buzzer. It's going to be no good. 65-52 going to be your final as Storm Lake comes in and knocks off Carroll at home. Storm Lake going to advance to the regional final coming up on a Tuesday next week. Carroll ends their season at 16-7. We will step away. We'll take a break. We're back with your Mackey Motors postgame show coming up on 93.7 KKRL.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City, MackeyMotors.com.
Financial planning can be easy to avoid, but in these uncertain times, it should be your top priority. Now is the time to put Silverleaf Wealth Management on your team. Whether you want to plan for retirement, better manage your investment assets, or fund your kids' education, Silverleaf Wealth Management can help you discover, design, and implement a plan for pursuing your goals. Visit us online or schedule a consultation with me, Ann Slechta, today by calling or texting us at 712-775-2251. This is Silverleaf Wealth Management of Carroll, Iowa.
Are you currently attending or planning to attend DMAC? It's time to start applying for financial assistance for fall 2025 classes. The 2025-26 FAFSA free application for federal student aid is now ready to be filed. To make this form even easier, we have trained professionals on campus to help you complete the application. DMAC has a foundation scholarship application open now until March 1st. Complete one scholarship application to be considered for one of the many scholarships available at DMAC. Call us today at 712-792-1755 and take the first steps towards success.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you're looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest.
Thank you for calling Brinks Exteriors. This is Allie.
Hi, we recently had a tree fall on our house, and I'd like to get an estimate on roof damage.
Sure, we offer free on-site consultations for all our services.
Great. While I have you, could you refer me to someone who can replace a drafty window?
Brinks does windows too, with high-quality Energy Star products.
What if we'd like to replace our siding?
Brinks has you covered.
Gutters? Doors?
Our name says it all. Brinks Exteriors is your headquarters for all things exterior, from start to finish.
Call 712-ROOF-PRO or visit BrinksExteriors.com.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City, MackeyMotors.com.
From bump, set, spike to the crack of the bat. At Motor Inn of Carroll, we love our high school sports, and we love the opportunity to support our local schools, athletes, coaches, and parents. Through the hard work of our kids, we get the enjoyment of watching and listening to their activities. Other life lessons, like teamwork and citizenship, help create outstanding young women and men we are so proud to sponsor. Good luck to all of our local sports teams. For Motor Inn of Carroll.
It is a 65-52 loss tonight for the Carroll Tigers as their season comes to an end at a 16-7. Jeff, a great season for Coach Cook and the Tigers. Yeah. Their best finish in the Raccoon River Conference in many years. Also ranked for the last probably 2 months of the season.
Yep.
Katie, a terrific job this season for Carroll.
Yeah, and this is such a sad one because you're losing a great group of seniors too, in Caitlin Aiden, Sophia Tigran, Olivia Rowetter, just to name a few of them off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm sure they're going to be disappointed. They're probably going to feel like they didn't come out. That first quarter, in a way, KC was the difference because if you look the scores by quarter after that first quarter, you know, Storm Lake outscored them by a point or maybe 2 or 3 each quarter, but they get up by 8 right away there, and then they kind of, you win a second quarter by a couple, 2 or 3 points. All of a sudden, it's a double-digit ball game. But that pressure defense that they came out, as you said it, I think they caught Carroll off guard with that, and they came out. They came out looking like the team that lost the last time these two Plains played and wanted to avenge it. And they came out, and I mentioned it, would they be able to keep up that defensive intensity all game? I think they came really, really close.
Yeah, they did. And offensively, they had a really good ball game, too. If I'm, we're anticipating Sioux Center's the winner on the other side. But even if I'm able to see Floyd Valley and saw the way Storm Lake played tonight, I don't know if I want to see them.
Yeah,
with how they played offensively, they were able to shoot it. They were able to get it down low to Yanga. They played good pressure defense on Carroll tonight.
Yeah, I remember when I talked with Coach Cook earlier this week for this morning's coaches show. She told me, I said to her, I says, man, this is like a regional final kind of matchup. She goes, well, it is. She said, but when you look at records, she says, when you get to a regional semifinal, you should anticipate seeing a good ball club. And you had 2 good ball clubs. I think 2 teams that are good enough to be in regional finals. You saw them play here tonight, and Storm Lake just came out and played a little bit better. Yanga, I think, probably was upset last time because she didn't really score much, and they contained her. And tonight she came out like a girl that was like, okay, you're not going to contain me tonight. And DeHaan hit some shots early, and then I really liked the way Harder played defense. Caitlin Aiden struggled to be able to score tonight, and Harder was the one that really defended her most of the game, not all of the game. And then Raveling did a really nice job handling the ball. There was a situation late in the game where they're up, by about double digits. I think it was 11 at the time. They get the rebound, and they kick to her, and they would have had a layup down there, maybe a contested layup on the other end, but instead she slowed it down even at about the 5-minute mark, set them up in their offense. They ended up getting a really easy bucket on a dribble penetration. So I think they had a lot of girls step up tonight and increase that level where they needed it to be.
Again, you mentioned Carroll's season coming to an end tonight at a 16-7. We'll run you through the Carroll scoring real quick here as we're waiting for Coach Cook and the players to come up for the post-game show. We'll also name your Motor Inn player of the game as well. Carroll was led in scoring tonight by Chloe Cook with 16, also Allie Cook with 10, Kayla Naden with 13. You look at offensive numbers, Carroll actually had a really good second half offensively. Olivia Roeder with 8 points, all 8 in the second half, and then shipping into was Analia Ayala and 3 from Sophia Tigran. Sophia Tigran with that big 3 in the first quarter. Mentioned Tiger season comes to an end tonight, Jeff. They're losing some great seniors, but good pieces to come back next year. The two Cook sisters, all right, I think are going to take big steps forward next year for them.
Yeah. The future, I think, is good for this program. They're going to have to find somebody. Not that you have to try and replace Carly Menken's leaving too, but with Roeder leaving and with Tidgren leaving and graduating, those three are big pieces of what they've done. But Caitlin Aiden with that defensive pressure, the point guard, you've got to find somebody that's going to be able to bring the ball, because you don't want Allie and Chloe to have to do that.
We've got Caitlin Aiden going to come up and join us here in the post game as Coach Cook right behind her. Tigers lose tonight 65-52. Caitlin, good game from you tonight. You guys came up a little short at home. What was the game plan coming in tonight? Knew they were probably going to change some stuff up defensively. I think, did they catch you off guard with the pressure in the first couple minutes of the ball game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the first time we played them, they came out kind of slow, and we were obviously expecting different energy tonight just because we knew that this was a big game. And I think their pressure just kind of routed us a little bit from the jump, and they were just kind of making shots, and ours weren't really falling, and ultimately, I mean, they just kind of pulled ahead.
You guys missed some open shots in the first half, but got them to go in the second half. This team never quit. Talk about that a little bit here in the second half.
I mean, there's so much heart on this team. We all play for each other. We've gotten really close this season. I mean, this is the most successful season that we had in a while, and we all were just really working for each other all season, working for that end goal going to state. And, I mean, some things just don't work out, but we have to just look back and kind of be proud of our season because we were ranked. We haven't been, I don't know, last time the Carroll girls basketball were ranked, so that was really special. And, I mean, we just have a lot to be proud of from this season.
What's the mean setting the foundation for girls to come throughout this team? You guys finished your best season in the Raccoon River Conference, finished third, finished the season 16-7, ranked for most of the season. What does that mean for you in setting a foundation for younger girls to come up and want to dream to play basketball for the Carroll Tigers?
I think that we definitely had a lot of younger kids here to watch, and the student section overall, I think, got a lot better this year throughout the season as we started having more success, and it's really special having the younger kids look up to us. I mean, it's just something that we look forward to every day, is seeing those kids in the crowd, and I mean, it's really special to be able to have that influence on the younger kids, especially since numbers have been so low with girls basketball. I really am just hoping that inspires girls to go out.
We'll talk about the game a little bit. You hit some late threes there to try to pull you guys back into the game. What was the focus for you in the second half offensively?
I'd say the offensive plan was just to kind of be aggressive towards the basket. Obviously, they had some size on us, but we were just going to try and, use more ball fakes, trying to get them up in the air and go into them, try and get those foul calls. And obviously, if we have open three, to take it. It was honestly just to be more aggressive overall.
4-year starter for Carroll. Your career comes to an end tonight. I hate doing these interviews, but congratulations on a great career, Caitlin. I'm going to look forward to watching you play at Wartburg. Good luck coming up in the future.
Thank you.
That was Caitlin Aiden with the Carroll Tigers. We'll get Coach Katie Cook on the headset here for Carroll, as Carroll does lose tonight 65-52. Coach Cook, you're all good. Not the way you wanted your season to come to an end tonight. I just mentioned to Caitlin, I hate doing these type of interviews because when you feel like a season ends short, just the emotion that Caitlin has up here. You see her. She poured it out on the court tonight. What's it like playing, especially going to lose a senior like her, but you're going to lose Carly Menken, Caitlin, Sophia, and Olivia Roeder tonight off of a great basketball team?
Well, it's heartbreaking. It's a special group. And I've been doing this 5 years, and I know enough to know that that's pretty rare. They'll be greatly missed, but they've definitely left their mark.
We will talk about the game a little bit. I think Storm Lake kind of caught you off guard the first couple of minutes. I don't know what was their pressure defense or something like that. They kind of sped you guys up a little bit, led to some early turnovers. You guys jumped down early. What was it in the first couple minutes of the game that kind of, Storm Lake got off to that fast start?
We looked a little nervous. We looked like a little edgy, a little tense. It took us a while to find the flow of the game. I don't know that everything that they did, we knew they were going to do. I think it was just the nerves. the pressure. You know, I wish we could have found the flow a little faster. It'd be nice to hit rewind and redo that first quarter.
Second half a lot better for you guys offensively. I thought knocked down more shots. What was it that you talked about the girls in the halftime that kind of led to the the good second half and the attempt to come back in the ballgame?
Well, we just know that if you numbers-wise, percentage-wise, the shots are going to have to fall in the second half because we didn't hit any in the first. So that. And at that point, everybody's kind of settled into the game, and I don't know. It was just tough. I mean, you got to give Storm Lake some credit. They played really, really well. They hit big shots. That's a good ball squad right there.
Yeah,
Dia Yanga is incredible.
Yeah.
We didn't really have much of an answer for that, and she's surrounded by excellent shooters. So to double team her is hard too. Then you're leaving Avery DeHaan open possibly on the 3-point line, and you can't do that.
Yeah, I think what a little bit what hurt you guys too was Allie and Chloe got in foul trouble trying to play defense on Yanga down low. How did you kind of counteract those two picking up a couple quick fouls in the first half?
We play 7 or 8 usually, and we can. Olivia can take some of those post players too. So we try to make it work. I play people with fouls if I have to, because you can't. You have to at some point, and they just have to learn to play a little smarter. Yeah, it took a little while to get the feel of the refs, too. It always does in these regional games.
You lose 4 great seniors tonight. I mentioned Caitlin. It's got to mean a lot being a part of the most successful Carroll girls basketball team in a long time. You guys finished ranked in the season, 3rd in the Raccoon River Conference, 16 wins. What does that mean building the future forward as you got a great group of girls coming back next year?
I just think it's a good indicator that we're doing things the right way. Hopefully, you mentioned the 4 seniors. They're a fantastic group, a really special group, and to have, if you kind of chart their progress from 4 years ago to now, it's incredible the amount of work and the amount of improvement that we've seen out of them, not just on the court, but just being a good teammate too, and learning what that's all about and how to be a part of a team.
Katie, I want to congratulate you on a great year. Looking forward to next year already. Good luck coming up.
Thanks, Katie.
That was Katie Cook of the Carroll Tigers here in your Mackey Motors postgame show. We will get Jeff Blakeman back on the headsets as we're going to go ahead and name your motor and a player of the game. Tonight, motor to Carroll Premier Toyota and his Chevy dealership, everything from sales and service to parts and collision. And Jeff, we're going to go with Caitlin, the senior, and has her career end tonight. Heartbroken up here talking to us tonight, and she had a great career. 4 years started for Carroll, finished with 13 points, was great on the defensive rebounding side of the thing. Came up with some steals as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if Katie had a chance to say it, but as I was talking to her as you were interviewing Caitlin, Shelly Mossman now, of course, Shelly Haluska is one of the all-time greats here at Carroll. Caitlin broke her 3-point record for career-made threes in a career tonight. So that's another thing that, to go with probably why she earned that player of the game tonight.
Caitlin was great in the second half, but Tigers have their season come to an end tonight. 65-52 to Storm Lake. Tigers end the season 16-7. Looking forward to next year already coming up for Carroll as they will bring a great group of girls back as well. Again, Caitlin named your motor in player of the game. That will end tonight's broadcast for us tonight at 93.7 K Carroll. I want to say thank you for tuning in to girls postseason basketball here on a KKRL.